Call this meeting. Let's start with pledge of allegiance. Ready to begin?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2.0 agenda approval.
Second.
Okay. All right, 3.0 budget hearing.
So, what the budget resolution, there's 4 items. The resolution has to do with the budget. The resolution making appropriations with reference to 4 different funds as well as unappropriated and reserve amounts. There's a resolution imposing the tax previously approved by the budget committee, and then the resolution categorizing the tax, which breaks out permanent tax rate from the general. That's correct the date.
That brings 3.1. Resolution 2021-12, budget.
I think that action
Yeah,
Seven,
so
okay.
at the end of the meeting.
All right, so 4.0 public comment on proposed budget. Anybody? All right. 5.0 adjourn budget. Okay. All right. That brings us to the regular school board meeting. All to order. 2.0 agenda approval.
Was that we accept the agenda statement?
Seconded. All in favor? All right. So this time it's visitors to address the board. Non-agenda items. Do you have anybody else except for Mr. Beatty? Now I have time to print it out, so I'll read it blank. Mr. Hayden sent an email earlier today. And Hayden asked this to be read. Will the St. Helens High School have an open lunch during the 2022-2023 school year? If not, does the school board agree with Mr. Stockwell's assessment and decision? And then number 2 is previously Mr. Stockwell stated that a running start program would be available to all students in the 2022-2023 school year at the St. Helens High School. Communication sent out about 2 months ago stated that the counselors were looking for 15 sophomores who might be interested. Can you please clarify if all students have the opportunity to participate, or is it limited? Thanks.
So you generally have questions that are directed. You can go back and do research and bring it back. But I think I can answer those. So I'll do it backwards.
Okay.
The first one on what Paul refers to as running start is the early college high school program. This year there's 15 slots. Next year there'll be 15 more slots for a full 30. That's the same number of slots that were allotted originally when another school district twice our size started. So they're not sure if we'll fill all 15, but it is open to any sophomore becoming a junior. So the answer would be yes. Seniors wouldn't be able to participate because it's a 2-year program. And they would gain credit in other ways. So the program's up and running. I'm not sure how many.
One of us asked that question, and he said if we reached an allotment of students that had signed up and there was more spots, that we could take a junior. So not only sophomores, but only if only if sophomores didn't sign up, that they would fill it with juniors.
So I can, one thing I could go back and see how many we have full, if we have all 15.
Okay.
So there's that one, and the other one is to a closed campus. So yes, next year will be a closed campus, aligns with security measures. We'll work with. I obviously can't speak for the board, so you guys.
Is it mostly, can you answer if it's because of construction or if it's just the way that we're moving in general? Because we do have students that leave, so I'm wondering how secure we are then if we're closed.
It's originally was from COVID, but also as we transition to the new school, that's the direction.
So that's because we plan on having the new cafeteria done by that point, correct?
There are students leaving, it's coming and going that are the concerns.
Leaving is in the.
Or leave at lunch to go to Safeway or behind Safeway. And all that stuff.
So particularly, right now we have kids that if they've already got all their credits, but they're still taking some, they might be here early in the morning,
Right.
but then they leave or come only in the afternoon.
But
We
that's a
do still have
different,
the back and forth.
that's a different scenario than I think than a closed campus. I mean, it's just the coming and going isn't filled for during lunchtime and such. So I don't know if everybody wants to speak how they feel about a closed campus next year.
I'd rather have him tell us like what he's wanting, like what is the communication that he's trying to.
He wants to know if we support the closed campus for next week as a board, if we, the board members, plan to talk about the closed campus next week.
I feel like we have things that are, my concerns are a little bit different in the way of kids leaving and coming back. Like, why are they wanting to leave? And it would be class related or schedule related or something like that. So I feel like, yes, I'm fine with it being closed as long as it's community.
And I'm fine with it. I actually like it being closed for safety and security of our students.
And I feel like the topic has been brought up numerous times through the whole bond measure. Time all of us talking about this, that was the biggest goal in making the big giant cafeteria so that everyone could meet there. I even offered at one point that we added so they could add McDonald's and talk about whatever little wagons out back, if that's what it took to make sure the businesses stay going there, but to keep our kids inside that building and safe as best that we can. No, that's never gonna be 100% no matter what we do, but I was hoping to have them all be able to have lunch together, and it didn't matter what your income, what your free lunch, what your anything, that you all can be together and stay in the building.
Construction. It's important to have a closed campus just because there's too much exterior that leads to sort of concerns. Once construction is done, that there's some level of things should have based on they have going on. At the same time, there's a significant push towards security and concern about the ability to maintain exits and egresses and entrances. The best way to do that is to limit security is neither convenience nor easy.
I've lived with open campus and closed campus over there. Both have their virtues and they both have their detractions. So I'll support whatever decisions made. It's a bit of a challenge to truly close campus unless you have a place for the students to be. It is a definite security concern that wasn't there when I was teaching. I wasn't worried about somebody leaving and coming back. For me, it was nice when it was open campus compared to, remember, all the students were in building 8. And when they opened campus, it took a little pressure off of those of us that were maintaining the campus, but we also had a number of incidents where just random people came in and caused trouble. We had non-students had full access at lunchtime. They just come in the crowd. And so I think that some level of, and that was a long time ago. That was 40 years ago or more. And so I've had to deal with those people, and they were somewhat combative with the home monitors like me. And so I would say that there are some advantages, distinct advantages in today's world, as we have more access control, that we have also more exit control. That's my feeling. And this is not something that's new. It's but I can also see some angst among folks that are trying to keep all those students in place next year if the cafeteria is built. There's just no place to house the kids except cramming them. And that makes it a little tough. So those things, they can change. They just need to be tried, dealt with, monitored, but it's a lot easier to ease up than it is to tighten up. So I'd say tighten up and start. It's just kind of the way it is. I think you can start the year and this is what we're doing. But I know that some changes are easier to make in one direction than the other.
All right. We're going on the consent agenda.
Move that we accept the consent agenda as stated.
Second. All in favor? Anybody opposed? All right. 5.0 new business report.
Yeah, we have a resolution for declaration of surplus, or policy allows us to surplus items continuously, however, when items come to a material threshold, we bring them to the board. And so this would be with a request, very excitingly, the renovation and remodeling program is wrapping up one of the properties they own and for sale this summer. So, asking the board for this resolution.
Question?
Enough to get at 18th Street to be the first house I ever owned.
5.2 district business.
We're winding up the school year. I don't have much district business to report on. Per se, we have our annual planning meeting on July 13th, where we assign the board chair. Activities, we'll be having a longer board retreat in August, so get a date, I'll get that out for you guys. To kind of go over what the plan is for the year. You can see we've got planning here on the wall, that's some professional development, certainly we'll be involved with some of that. We took some time as leadership team talking about the student experience, the staff experience, and ways we can improve that and build backwards for our professional development supporting is improve the overall not only experience but morale of the district. It's been a tough year, 2.5. I have a lot of hope. I've met with a pretty large number of teachers, and I feel like people are taking a breath and are wanting to get back to what we're good at, and that's supporting children. Hopefully COVID is in the rearview mirror, but we want to create things. That's planning to do this summer. People are excited to get back to school.
All right, thank you. So 6.0 visitors to address the board. This is time for public on agenda item. So that'll bring us to 7.0 action item. 7.1 resolution 2021-22, number 12, resolution adopting the budget, making appropriations and imposing the categorizing the tax.
I move that we accept action item 7.1.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Brings us to 7.2, resolution 2021-22, number 13, declaration of surplus property.
we accept action item 7.2.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I just want to say thank you to Bill, and I just really appreciate this project, and really appreciate that our district has this as an opportunity for students.
I will say that we still have graduates coming back.
Awesome.
We had one come the other day, worked the whole day for probably 8 hours. And then another one called and said, hey, can I come over after hours? I'll water the lawn and do some of the things. Yeah, those kids have taken a lot of pride in it. That's testament that literally both days of class for the junior were a full complement of students for the graduated seniors as well. There was one kid that already had a job. The unfortunate thing is now that all of those kids seem to be getting jobs, and good jobs, and many of them doing some of the things that they've learned, so they can't always come. They're meeting the intent. They're actually out using what they learned and working.
The good community members that are gonna drive by and stop that.
Yes. I accepted that myself.
All right, all in favor? All right. Brings us to 8.0, upcoming meeting input, July 13, 2022, regular board and organization meeting at 6:30 p.m. Designate insurance agent, designate auditor, annual procedure business, and board chair and vice chair elections.
Here, just a reminder,
Pass the
you were saying
torch.
that there's a change to a date, is that the new thing you're talking about? Because was it the week before?
Yeah.
And that's about.
So we do want to note that publicly that changed to July 13th.
July 6th to July 13th, I think it's a day after. The Tuesday, Wednesday after. the 4th of July.
All right, so bottom line about July 6th. So. All right. Anybody have anything else for upcoming meeting? That brings us to 9.0.
Move to adjourn.
All right, that's it.